I have to admit to you that out of every spiritual practice that I've done, and I've done many, I had the most resistance to ancestors practice. This is the one that I would put off, not participate in, think it's not that important, it's in the past, it can't be that important. It was the hardest for me to start. Building my first family tree was enormously hard. And then I got very much into it because I saw the effects. And there's also some difficulty in my family line. It's not all amazing roses, perfume, and chocolates, just like it isn't for anyone. I was drawn to this practice because, as a theologian, as a scholar of religion, I saw it in every single tradition. Christian teachings, I'm Eastern Orthodox. We have Parents Saturday, Ancestor Saturday, every now and then where you honor ancestors as part of the Christian practice. It's very much in Jewish rituals. It's very active in Hinduism. It's called Sraddha, the ancestor practice. Ancient China, Confucianism, Taoist teachings filled with ancestor practices. If you go to some places in Chinatown, for example, you'll see altars to ancestors. Native American philosophy, it's everywhere. If you're looking at world religions, if you're interested in theology, it's very hard to miss. In every single class, I'll try to highlight kind of some of the ways that these practices are there across traditions. I find it very interesting. For example, Native American tradition, when they walk from place to place, they say, I'm guided by my ancestors. I remember who I am and I walk with courage. That was a very popular affirmation. Native Americans, before anything they do, they would pray to ancestors. Before any big decision, they would pray to ancestors and ask for two things. First, may I serve to the best of my abilities. And second, may I maintain my connection to you as I serve. So that's a connection to ancestors, connection to compassion. The Native Americans especially thanked ancestors for all the seeds their ancestors planted. They thanked ancestors for all the plants they took care of. We can also thank ancestors for what they did to serve the earth, what they did to serve beauty, knowledge, intellect, philosophy, whatever it is, what they did to serve. And Native Americans have famous ancestor ceremonies. And after the ceremonies, they would dream of their ancestors. So again, I see this kind of thing, culture to culture, place to place, tradition to tradition, and every main tradition. So I couldn't not do ancestor practices for too long because I feel that when there's a very strong spiritual tradition, ancient traditions from many places, that has a lot of value to it. It can't be that I'm right, that this is pointless and they're all wrong. They're right. And I was just resisting it. And I think sometimes the more you need it, the more you resist it. The wisdom of ancestors in our time is largely forgotten. Like it's not something on the surface that is easy to access, that is easy to see. It's not what most people think about. I think it's really gotten lost in our modern world today, but there's also a reason why in our modern world today, more people are lonely than ever before. More people have depression than ever before and anxiety, and no one has energy. Just in our modern world, especially like our very developed culture, no one has energy. And it's not just ancestors' practice, but it's a lot of very baseline old practices that have been forgotten and they're not being done, ancestors being one of them. So it's very nice to bring them back, to share them with you. Ancestor work is all about energy. Energy gets passed down with connections to our ancestors. The law of energy is that it flows from older to younger, right? Like a mother has a child, her energy goes to that child. But that's the case on every level of ancestors too. I can share from my own experience that since starting ancestors practices, I have gotten a lot healthier, a lot calmer, and with a new level of self-acceptance. Because really, it's all a self-compassion practice. If you accept what you are made of, that's accepting yourself. If you accept kind of all the pieces that gather together so you can be, that's also self-acceptance. That's also self-compassion. My intention for you is that I hope you have a sense of being connected to all your ancestors, not only those who are represented at the dinner table, not only the relatives of the people you like, but truly all your ancestors without excluding anyone, and also honor all the contributions of all the different ancestors in your line, even if you don't know much about them. Give them that space. In doing that, you'll also connect to yourself in many ways. It's like sending compassion to your whole past. Sending compassion to ancestors is sending compassion to where you came from, the many people you came from. And what we're doing is uncovering, rediscovering streams of love and letting them flow. At the basis of a child being able to grow into an adult is love. Kids don't grow without love. Kids don't grow without care. So the whole structure of ancestors is just love passed down from generation to generation to generation. We might not see it as love. We may say like, oh, but this ancestor never validated my feelings. But the love, if that child survived, the love was there. If this woman had that child, wanted that child, the love was there. It just takes different forms. But really, kind of the whole tree is just love flowing from parent to child, from spouse to spouse, from man to woman, from all kinds of people to each other, from those who adopted kids. It's all flowing, and it's flowing right to you. It's Elizabeth. My goal is to help you follow the path to happiness with these videos. There's always something new each week. Subscribe to this YouTube channel so you see them. I'll see you soon.